Zanetta Rawlings.
Amazing.
Given her heritage,
amazing.
given her training, given her background, Dr. Rawlings was one of those who were excited about, and we still are excited about it. Our advice to her this evening, Madam, please, Madam, don't get into the politics.
Okay, now our advice to her, you and whose advice? Is it yourself and the people, your producer and the people sat next to you in your studio? Or is it you and the politicians in whose pockets you are? Who are the we that we have advice for her? Because remember at the beginning of my video a few minutes ago, I said when I saw him here at the Ghana Investment Opportunity Summit, I saw him with some very high profile MPP people. So when he says we have advice for her, you and who have this advice for Dr. Zanetta Rawlings? You should have mentioned who else have the same thoughts as you, or who else have the same advice for her as yourself. But you didn't. Let's carry on. What I want to know is it you and the MPP people in whose pockets you are, that because of that you have left your conscience behind and now you're being used as a puppet? Because Adom Otchere, we've been watching some of your videos, and sometimes the way you are so biased is not even funny. It's just that those videos are not videos that really concerned me that much. But you can be very, 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 very biased and unfair in some of your interviews. And you need to start working on that. Because if you want to be called an astute journalist, yesterday I did a little bit of research on you. And somewhere I read that you're a seasoned journalist. And I thought to myself, there's nothing seasoned about you, you know, in this stance, because I've followed a couple of your videos. Every now and then I'll come on your show, and sometimes, to be honest, sometimes some of your questioning, the way you ask your follow-on questions, even when interviewees have granted you, you've asked them a question and they've given you an answer. Some of your follow-on questions are comical, they're farcical. And so for me, now topping it up with what you've just done with Dr. Zanetta Rawlings' issue, to me, you're not a seasoned journalist at all. There's more work to be done. There's more work. Perhaps you need to brush up on your journalism. Right, let's carry on.
Of those other people, the kind of politics that you promise, the hope that you express, the heritage that you come from, which we believe that you will add on to. You shouldn't do this. You can't say that. You can't say that.
Now, what do you mean she can't say that? What do you mean by she can't say that? Who gets to tell the other person what to say and what not to say? There are many female politicians in Ghana who have said things from the MPP that have been so distasteful. Have you addressed those, Adom Otchere? Have you addressed them, those individuals, or have you addressed the issues? You see where your biasness is coming from? I can sit here and name a couple of politicians from the MPP, women from the MPP, who have said things that are so wrong and so distasteful, so unpatriotic. Did you address those? Did you address those? Were you bold enough to come and say, just like you've had the nerve to say about Dr. Zanetta Rawlings, that they were wrong? Have you advised them? Did you make it open for all of us to hear? You see why I say you are in the pockets of the MPP? And they are pulling you like a puppet? And you're supposed to be a journalist. Let's carry on.
It's being shared in a partisan way without evidence in it. And you know very well, Mrs. Rawlings, your sister is a lawyer, that we in this Commonwealth jurisdiction, he who alleges must prove.
Okay, fair enough. He who alleges must prove. How many MPP politicians have said things in Ghana without providing any evidence to us Ghanaian citizens that you have come onto your show to address them in the manner that you have Dr. Zanetta Rawlings? How many MPP politicians, both male and female, have said things that are unsubstantiated with evidence that you have come onto your show to lambast them the way you have done with Dr. Zanetta
Rawlings? In Ireland, Dr. Rawlings, it It is a Commonwealth
It is irrelevant. It is irrelevant for you to come and tell us where she studied in Ireland or Scotland or whatever. That is besides the point. We didn't need to know that. This is where you started going very deep and personal. It was a personal attack at the woman. I think you're obsessed with the Rawlingses, because from what I heard, you recently made a video or something about Dr. Zenato Rawlings' father, former President Rawlings, and you had to come and apologize. I hear also that you have recently done an interview with her mum. I haven't seen that interview, but from putting these pieces together, I can tell that you have an obsession with the Rawlingses. You want to be noticed by the Rawlingses. I think you're looking for some kind of approval or validation from the Rawlingses, and you're not getting it. So you're doing everything in your power to get or to catch their attention. I don't think they have your time, my brother. So carry on with what you're doing and do it properly, in a proper professional manner, as you should be as a journalist. What do we care about her studying in Ireland and what the law says in Ireland? What has the law in Ireland got to do with the law in Ghana and her bringing evidence and her sister being a lawyer and bloody, 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 blah? What has that got to do with anything? What has that got to do with the fact that she was stating a point that women and children are hungry and that they need to be fed? And she has heard that people are asking for people's party cards. If you are not an MPP person, that you were not being given some of the food. Now, can I not believe that? I can believe it. It can happen in Ghana. This is Ghana we are talking about. These are Ghanaian politicians we are talking about. It can happen. I don't know that for a fact. She didn't bring the evidence. Address that. Address that bit. And leave her sister out. Leave her mother out. Leave her father out. Leave her grandparents out. Leave the fact that she studied in Ireland out. Those are besides the point. Those are besides the point. Let's carry on.
Principles that operate in that space is that he who alleges must prove.
Fine. We don't dispute that.
Come and say that food is being shared in a partisan way. Make such a serious allegation.
Okay, fair enough. Somebody's asking, where is her evidence? Tell me how many serious allegations haven't the MPP, some of the MPP people made that they have not bothered to bring evidence? Has anybody asked them for evidence? You see, MPP people, this is where I always say that I have a problem with the MPP. My father was an MPP politician. My father was the first member of parliament for Okaikwe North constituency for 3 consecutive elections. So I sit here and I have the right to talk to the MPP. My grandfather, BJ Darocha, was one of the deep initial members of the MPP party. So I have some knowledge about the MPP. Members of the current MPP government, some are my family members, some are friends of my father, whom I still have very good relationships with. I myself have not voted in Ghana before, but if we are to talk MPP, I am deeply immersed in MPP. I also have friends in the NDC, but I sit here as a Ghanaian who only sees Ghana and wants my country to progress either way. That's all. All I'm asking is for fairness. Let's be fair. MPP for mo pesa, mo pensisie. Mo pensisie, MPP for mo mpenokre. Mo bisa for evidence. Na mo enyema bebreba MPP for mo mayeno. Mo the evidence abada. Enoma bebreba MPP for aya mo ye. Allegations aya mo so mo politicians ni be ye, both male and female. Obi e bisa for evidence da. Ya ma mo maye nyesa. Enya kokoye NDC for dia na mode as a moon to me nyefe mamu maye nyesa. This is not democracy. It is not democratic enough. Who Adom Otchere? Why interview MPP for bebre? And no be no money allegate chairman want to me crat me but now program so eke cancel will be sign for evidence. Do you ask for evidence? We can go and pull some of your videos and refer to instances where allegations have been made against the NDC by MPP people, do you ask them for evidence to come and substantiate it? Do you tell us that they studied here, they studied there, they studied everywhere? Do you start mentioning their mothers, their fathers, their grandmothers, their sister, their brother? Come on. Mome yanka no kre as Ghana for ne yempe no kre. Ma man in tokwa kwancho, but yempe no kre. Let's carry on.
Without establishing any iota of proof, we should believe it because you said it. But you are J.J. Rawlings' daughter. You are daughter of...
What has that got to do with anything? Ahana me problem no one. What has the fact that she is J.J. Rawlings' daughter got to do with anything? Is she not a grown woman? Is she not a grown adult? This is the same thing, similar thing that happened with Kennedy, a Japan incident now. And no maybe address it. Now I'm going to say the same thing again. As grown adults, when you have an issue with a grown adult, come and address the person. Address the person, the individual. Now one na wa asemono. Wo ba address nipa no. Na address asemono. Yini maami frim. Yini papa frim. Yini nuanom frim. Yini nanane na nankansoafo frim. Yini busuafo nyine frim. You know why? It is important that ube you omo frim, because this is a grown adult who has made comments from her own mind. Are you trying to tell me, say, Dr. Zenato Rawlings, or Gina Hon, in the spur of the moment, na ye any interview, no, did her father have an influence in what she said? Or did her mother have an influence in what she said at that point in time? So when you have an issue with somebody, a grown adult, address the matter. Address the individual and leave other people out of it. Leave other people out of it, because you were going very deep, and in fact you did. You went very deep and very personal into her family, and that was wrong. Totally unacceptable, Paul Adom Otchere. That she is former President Rawlings' daughter, so she doesn't have a mind of her own. Is that what you're saying? That she's Rawlings' daughter, and so everything that comes out of her mouth must represent her father? Is she not a grown woman? Is she not? Can she not process her own thoughts and execute or communicate or convey whatever message she wants to convey to Ghanaians?
All of us would have been happy to be J.J. Rawlings' daughter, I believe so, because here is a man who has been one of the longest rulers of our country. Here is a man with so many positives. Here is a man who has done so many things for Ghana. Here is a military officer who...
Well, here is a man with so many positives. You didn't have that to say in your past interview. I hear you even had to come back and apologize to President Rawlings. So how come today change of a and now you're the man with many positives, bloody.
Establish our constitution. We keep saying, for nothing at all, J.J. Rawlings gave us 1992 constitution because he could afford it. This is the person who is your father. This is the person that...
So what? So what?
Make such statements.
So what? That the fact that she's President Rawlings' daughter means that she cannot make statements of this nature? What are you talking about, Paul Adom Otchere? I'm trying to make sense of how you're correlating her comments to her father, who her father is. That because her father is President Rawlings, she should come and stand there and say that the food was being shared okay, that everything is correct, that everything is pepe. I made a video about 4 days ago about this food sharing and how it wasn't going pleasantly well. After my video, I sent a message to Honorable Frida Prempeh, Deputy Minister for Gender. And the woman messaged me back and she explained things in depth to me. And she said, Marie, when you make your video, let the message go out that we are doing our best, blah, blah, blah. I said, look, Honorable, you are trying, you people are trying, kudos to all of you, etc., etc. Now, imagine I say, somebody is saying these things, or Honorable or myself, we are saying this because of who my father is or who somebody's father. What has who her father is? Being a past president, what has that got to do with anything? I don't understand that bit, Paul Adom Otchere. Why did you bring her father into this? She is a grown woman. She's a grown woman. You're a lawyer, she's a doctor. You know book, she knows book. You're a journalist, she's a politician. So what makes you think that you have the right, or you're in a good place to tell her what to say because her father is such a person? So what? So what? Her father has had his time. It's past. It's gone. She has her own path. He came as a politician, her father. He had his own path in politics. She is an entity on her own. She also has her own path in politics. Allow her to define her own path in politics without bringing her father into anything. Allow the man to rest.
Substantiated. You don't substantiate any of the statements. Dr. Rawlings, with this huge background that you have, is that the kind of politics that you are beginning to turn into?
Unbelievable.
I sincerely hope that this was just a blip.
Unbelievable.
Never happen again, please. Dr. Rawlings, never let it happen again. You are the daughter of Nyarko.
So what? I mean, how dare you tell her never let it happen again? Never let it happen again. As when you were 2-year-old be a utu nefo kachira were 2-year-old be say never let it happen again. Never let it happen again. You are the daughter of President Rawlings. You are the daughter of Nyarko. Oh yasuma Adom Otchere. You are in the pocket of the MPP. You are in the pocket of the MPP. The MPP are pulling you like a puppet. You see, me, Maria Mwakwa, sitting here in my home, having a mind of my own and a conscience of my own. Nobody can use me and pull me as a puppet. Come and give me £1 million. I will turn it down and speak my truth so that Ghana will move forward, because I have learned that money is not everything. Fame is not everything. But being able to stand with integrity, speak with honesty, diligence, that is everything. That is everything. Say, don't do this again. As when you are woman a warning, don't do this again. Don't do this again. You too, don't do what you did again. You too, don't do that again. Don't do that again. Momenty, it is because of men like you that many women are afraid to go into politics. Because where Dr. Nyarko Rawlings said, "Onya obia esan se me hu ne da me ni ne sign kakra bi me ni di nkomo two occasions impact waja wo me so no." And can make us say it is because of people like you. Now more crashing. It is because of people like you. When President Akufo-Addo says that many more women should come into politics, President Akufo-Addo, it is because of people like Adom Otchere that many women are afraid to go into politics. Because Dr. Nyarko Rawlings, she's firm, she's strong, she can defend herself. Yesterday, she put out a statement. But people like other women might not. Until our nimdiano, our ability, no potential, no what parliament, or no executing the. But because of people, men like Adom Otchere, many women are afraid. Yet the president says many women should come to the table. Nanka 275 seats in parliament, only 36 are occupied by women. It is because of the hostility and the violence from some men like Adom Otchere. So and that is what it means. Now, for those of us who deal with women, young girls, you know about mental health, domestic violence, we can clearly tell from your body language, from your demeanor, from your character, the way you behaved, that that is how you talk to your wife at home. And you referee now the better na TV so. Wo the better na metro.
Adom Rawlings, the woman who set up 31st and empowered women all over the place, and that's why you can come from nowhere and win the Osu seat.
No crane freaky meno. And no crane freaky meno. What do you mean by she came from nowhere? Adom Otchere, where did you come from? What do you mean by she came from nowhere? Where did you come from? When I was leaving Ghana in 1996, you were nowhere to be found. Nobody knew about you. Kwame Sefakai, we knew about. Randy Abe, a very good friend of mine, we knew about. You, Adom Otchere, where did you come from? Where did you come from? There's somebody called Adom Otchere on our TVs. Where did you also come from? So baby say from nowhere. I beg your pardon. Really? Really? Send me say, Nebia or China, me decided say, oh, say, me call back to Ghana, na me call a politician, because me could do dual citizenship. Obi say, where did you come from? Do you know where I came from? Me started the MPP posters at a Tara wall. Me started a campaign, me di 14. 14 years was when I started campaign. A Dubuahin time. Or even younger. I will have to sit back and calculate my age. But a Dubuahin time was when I started campaign, when my father started getting into politics. Following my father to Congress campaign, one of my big sisters, top MPP official, as we are speaking right now, his wife is watching me now. His wife is watching right now. MPP mpenifo ni bi. Ne yere woso sesi a ye kase. Tinyentro na mete ha midi. But you see, fact of the matter is, mama yenka nokware. Because at the end of the day, no, eye said ye beya or mine Ghana beko nenim. Na wo de MPP for mod ye de yamwa enyamode mod share ma NDC for mo feel say it is okay. It's not right, it's not proper. Adom Otchere, there are so many things that MPP people, some MPP people too have done. You have not bothered to come and address those in the manner in which you have done Dr. Zenato Rawlings. I am not saying, say, I do not agree with you, say, she should provide evidence. Because, yes, Dr. Zenato Rawlings, you cannot come and tell us Ghanaians to say, yeah, to chair Adriane on a partisanship basis, yeah, bisa ebinum for card before they give them food. Did you see it with your own two eyes? Did somebody call you and tell you? If somebody called you and told you, tell us who the person is. So, and then the person must also tell us where they saw it from. Say nyawa obi ne frɛ wo ne kache na wa na wudi with two eyes hu ya Dr. Zenato Rawlings. You must tell us where you saw it with your own two eyes. And perhaps you should have taken photos, you should have queried the person, you should have interviewed them, asked them why they were doing that, asking people for card before they give them food, etc. So I can agree with Adom Otchere, say Dr. Zenato Rawlings should have brought evidence. I can agree. That much I agree with him. And I repeat, that bit I agree totally with Adom Otchere. But where I disagree and have a problem with Adom Otchere is the way and manner and unprofessional manner in which he has addressed Dr. Zenato Rawlings. It was very, very disrespectful. And I'm saying to Adom Otchere that you really need to reconsider the way you do your journalism, particularly when it comes to the way you address women, female politicians. Because look, the president is asking for many more women to come into politics. We only have 36 at the moment. It is not enough. We are doing our best to encourage and empower more women to go into politics. Rwanda have recently set a very good example where they are 50-50. Now, recently, we celebrated International Women's Month in March. When we say generation equality, we are calling for equality in terms of 50-50, so that there are as many women in parliament as there are men. Because women have equity too. Women have value too. Women are educated now. Women have something to bring on the table. Yesterday, as we were listening to Dr. Chihombori Kwao, the AU ambassador, when Denta interviewed her, she said the same thing. We need to encourage many more women to come on board. Because you see, as Dr. Kwejri Agri said, if you educate a woman, you educate a whole nation. So if we empower more women to come into politics, where women are involved and engaged and a part of decision making, law making, and all of these things, they take it into their communities. They bring it into their families. They take it into their communities. Then it goes into the society. And it will help us to thrive. Recently, President Obama made a statement. And I said, oh, President Obama, this statement don't start us off. President Obama said, maybe the world should consider putting women in charge in terms of presidential leadership and see how far the world will go. 2 days ago, I was watching CNN. There was a whole discussion on women on the front line, even this COVID-19 situation. It is women at the front line. Take the health workers, The number of women who are in health work, nurses, female doctors, female carers versus men in the front line. What are you talking about? And then that small 36 that we have, assuming Dr. Zenato Rawlings has made a mistake, is this how you come and address it? Is this how you address it? Could you not look for her number and give her a call? There are several ways you could have handled it. You could have, first of all, number one, find her number and give her a call as a lawyer and say to her, Dr. Zenato Rawlings, these comments that you have made are quite serious. Making these allegations against another political party can go against you in these elections or whatever. So I would suggest to you, Dr. Zenato Rawlings, that you provide us with some evidence so that when we go on air as journalists to discuss this matter, we have the evidence to back up, whatever it is that we're going to talk about. Did you do that? I doubt it. I don't think you did. That was one of the ways you could have handled it. Secondly, you could have invited her to come onto your show. In fact, when I saw the headline, the caption on your video, I was excited because I thought Dr. Zenato Rawlings was actually coming on your show to grant an interview for her to explain herself. Did you do that? No, you didn't, because you have an issue with her. So it's either you are obsessed with the Rawlings family or you have an issue with the woman and it was just an opportunity for you to come and attack her. That's all it was. It was an opportunity for you to come and attack the woman. And you could have handled it differently. If I'm lying, Adom Otchere, make a video and tell me that everything that I've said on this platform is utter nonsense. You could have handled it differently. And being a human being, I'm sure, say, what's nasi, what dream, and say, be man enough to come out and say, Dr. Zenato Rawlings, for certain aspects of my video, I am sorry the way I addressed you. You did the same thing on your video about 2 weeks ago. And also, but now, so what shall I say? Kasa anyhow. Former ambassador Victor Smith sent you a message, right? The real time. He sent you a message. You read out the message and you apologized. He told you, said, we see Kasa will show no sono. Because you see, if you want to get to that level of journalism where you're recognized internationally, where you're boudiya to say obienimu everywhere all over the world, ni dia said your Piers Morgan no ma GD ni dia, and you check it the way you're doing your journalism, no? Because like I said, people like Piers Morgan no or mama master that type of journalism, no, or mama master what the any day wanna be, and you wanna be. And you want to be. To check it out. Okay, Yantuaso.
Have to be told that, Dr. Rawlings, the reason why you can come from nowhere and be elected as a member of parliament for a constituency like Klole Kote is because you are JJ's daughter.
That is not true. No, that is not true. That is not entirely true. It is not entirely true. I am Mr. Daku Mensah's daughter. I lived in Abeka. I grew up Abeka and Tesano. I am very well known in Abeka. Not many Randy Abe. Me ame nyonko me bonabaso an astute journalist. Randy baby I will be a medinchia kese ebrel. Nyaminshra no nya kese carry on the way you are because momo journalism na exemplary journalism. And Adom Otchere, maybe you can pick a leaf or two from people like Randy. I grew up with Randy Abe, very good friend of mine. So he knows what I'm talking about. Me papa, first member of parliament for Okaikwe North constituency. Okaikwe was massive. Does it mean say me match me sorry enne na makogina wo se mpese mbabedi MP wo Okaikwe North na esan say ye nim me papa enti ye say ye de ama wo je fa? No, I have to go. I have to serve. I have to prove myself. I have to have a message. I have to get the people to buy into my message, buy into me as an individual before they consider voting for me or giving me the opportunity to serve them. Until you cannot tell us to say, just based on the mere fact, say, ne papaya JJ Rawlings in Tina Nyarko Leklote constituency. No, I'm sure she did some work. She must have served. She must have proven herself. The people must have bought into who she is before they gave her their votes to be their MP. Until you can, so also Sono, come and give us evidence on that. You also have made a very serious allegation against one of our female politicians. And so for those of us who are female advocates, we are also asking you to bring evidence. How do you know that the people of Korle Klottey constituency gave their ballots to Dr. Zenator Rawlings based on the mere fact that she's President Rawlings' daughter? Come and tell us. Korle Klottey constituency kakrakani nyina wo nyina nipa ati wo nyina sɔre no ɛna ɔmo so esan sɛ wo yɛ Rawlings ba nti esan sɛ wo yɛ kokwa wo hu efe nti je yatam your constituency yɛ de hye wo sakona ko represent your parliament. You think that is what is happened? You think that is what happened? You think that is what happened? If she is to come and sit on your platform and share with you and share with the entire nation how she got herself there, you will realize that you are wrong. You will realize that you are wrong. I cannot just get up and say I'm Mr. Darko Mensah's daughter, lawyer Darko Mensah's daughter. Well, no, your first member of MP, MP. Don't talk like that. We are journalists, men kasasa. We are journalists, men kasasa.
Adom Rawlings' daughter, the efforts that were put in 31st, most of the voters in Osu still remember the 31st December Women's Movement. It was founded by your mother. So what has Nemame founding 31st December? Nemame or founding 31st December market. What has that got to do with the price of beans and sausages and people lining up to queue up for food? What has that got to do with anything? So Nemame set up 31st December woman, so she doesn't have the right to talk. She doesn't have the right to be angry, like every human being can get angry when it's one of the emotions of human beings. And in a case like this, where she could see that women and children were hungry, lining up, asking for food, begging for food, crying for food, fighting for food, she's angry and she makes comments like this, and you sit down and you speak to her and you address her in a disrespectful manner like that, and refer her to the fact that Nemame set up 31st December market. What has that got to do with anything? What has that got to do with COVID-19 and people struggling for food? For so many years, he lived in Osu at the castle. He had an excellent relationship with the Osu people.
Oh, come on. Come on.
A heritage to protect. So you cannot come and join the politics of the past and come and just make unsubstantiated, baseless allegations.
To you, it is baseless. To you, it is baseless. To you, Paul Adom Otchere, it is baseless. To some of us, we are concerned because women and children are hungry. Women and children are fighting for food. I had a chat with Honorable Frida Prempeh just 2-3 days ago. I still have Honorable Frida Prempeh's, the voice note that she sent me. It's still here on my phone, where I encouraged her for the good work that they are doing. And she also said, Marie, you too, good work for what you also are doing. She explained the whole situation to me, what is going on in Ghana, the exact challenges that they are facing. It is not easy. It is not easy. What is going on in Ghana at the moment is not easy for both sides. It is not easy for both sides. That is why they have come together to try and find solutions for us as a nation. We saw the president invite all political parties to the Jubilee House the other day for them to put their heads together to see how they can roll out, whatever is going on at the moment so that we can find solutions together as a nation, as one people. It is people like you, Paul Adom Otchere. Mona modem papa mu ba politics mu organa. It is people like you na modem papa mu ne bano. When many of us are preaching, say, yes, politics everywhere. You have to have left. You have to have right. That is fundamental. That is democracy. We are not saying that President Akufo-Addo and Mahama should put fufu in a ayuwa and eat together from one pot. That's not what we are saying. But what we are saying is that where they have to meet together in the best interest of the nation, they should do that. And they are showing us just that. They are showing us just that. And it's so beautiful to watch them do that. But it is people like you, Paul Adom Otchere, and are constantly modern papa munuban. It is because of people like you that women don't want to go into politics. Many women are afraid to go into politics because of men like you who still have that patriarchal mindset. Say, me a bema. I can imagine when you were leaving home that night. Just a mindset was that me kwa fire Dr. Zenator Rawlings. And unya di free. Who fire no di na unya free. In fact, in your mindset, say wo fire Dr. Zenator Rawlings. Look at how you, mom, you have revealed your immature behavior to the rest of us. Look at how you have revealed your immature behavior to the rest of us. Your unprofessionalism. Look at how you have revealed it to the rest of us. Sometimes I sit on your program, I come on your program, I'm watching, and the way you question, I compare it to journalists here in the UK. Because me, I love politics, I love journalism, I love current affairs. I'm always listening. Prime Minister's Question Time, one of my favorite programs here in the United Kingdom. There's a powerful radio station here called LBC. I'm always on LBC in the mornings. I like to catch Nick Ferrari. By 10 a.m., I like to catch James O'Brien. You know, in the afternoon, I like to catch Julia Hartley Brewer and Patrice. I love those things so much that I even know what time all of these journalists that I love listening to come on. They don't practice their journalism like that. They don't practice like that. Piers Morgan, I love Piers Morgan. You know why? Because he's brutal, he's blunt, he'll say it as it is. But he says it with decorum. He says it intellectually. Wanyadie. Paul Adom Otchere wanyadie. I was say a catcher say wanyadie. Bringing her mother, her father, Ninuya na umami nebuye 31st, and I say, oh, yeah, sir. Do you know things we also have to say about people like you and others? Do you know things? Mandy say I also love LBC. Do you know things that we also have to say? Or say LBC, my favorite radio. Do you know things we also have to say about? But you dream home, asani ababe kasa. You dream home because yenina say one way or the other yenina ye bu o mine. And yes, ya kwatena Jubilee House ho nkwa ne ye bu o mine. Ye kakra yenina ye bia enra Dr. Arikana Chihombori kwao. Denta kofa na bae. Denti na ofuse ye nua ba no kofa ma me ne be interview no because the edro no said ye China AC Treaty Africa ne ade no. It's about time ye nyina ye kabom. There bia President Akufo-Addo on nam eno preach kire Ghanaians in the diaspora, Africans in the diaspora. Enti ye nyina ye de ni nyina see ye awareness nka wo Paul Adom Otchere. When you interviewed Dr. Obama's President Obama's sister recently, not too long ago, a couple of months ago, when you interviewed President Obama's sister, you asked her a question. One of your final questions to her was, is she considering running for office? What did she tell you? What was her response to you? She told you that she doesn't need to run for office in order to be a part of making an impact in her country or making an impact on the continent. Because through her NGO, through the awareness that she's raising, through the education that she's doing, Ninyina is part of governance. It is indirect governance because as we are helping people to change their mindset, as we are helping and developing ourselves as Africans to change the narrative on Africa, bringing our millennials on board as best as we can, because there are children still here abroad, even in London here where I live, I teach. There are children here whom children of Ghanaian origin, whom when you ask them, where do you come from? They will tell you, I come from London, I come from England. Okay, where does mommy come from? Mommy comes from Ghana. Where does daddy come from? Daddy comes from Ghana. So where do you come from? I'm from London. Then I have to teach them. I say, when you go home, tell mommy. So sometimes after school, I'll wait to catch the parents and jokingly I'll say to the mom, if the mom who comes to pick them, I'll say, oh sis, hey, and let me be sad, so and so say, hey, he no free London, oh, hey sis, wait, then we'll have a laugh. But it's very, very subtle, no, my education, me the awareness nashiho. I teach on a supply basis. I went to a school the other day. I was left a presentation to do. Now, international week. I was given a presentation to show to the children. As I opened the presentation and I'm showing the presentation to the children, first slide, high-rise buildings, Mexico, Japan, Second slide, Mesha, Ghana, no, ya kofa hat, straw, hat, yiba, sebi, a war, northern party, be near the actual Ghana. Fortunately, now one of the members of staff, Brunina or the classroom, or Ehona me say no, me catch them Quran, me say this is not Ghana. Ghana has high-rise buildings too. We also have high-rise buildings too. Why am I sharing the story? I'm sharing the story. I have had a child ask me, Miss M, do girls in Africa have sanitary pads? I have had a child ask me, a black child here in London, ask me whether girls in Africa have sanitary pads. I had to show a video called The Africa They Don't Show You. I had to go on YouTube and show the children, 30 children, show them that video. That Africa is not a village. We don't live on trees. Paul Adom Otchere, we are still fighting this battle here in the West. Look at what is happening to Africans in China. And so my point is that even if one of our female politicians to you has made a bit of an error in some remarks that she has given, you could have addressed it better. You could have addressed it better rather than coming on to try and score yourself some points with them, because we now call MPP penifoni biwa ye bebo kakra show dollars kakra show ma dia show pocket him said ye mo ya no ye bo kakra show e bia ye tu kwan na ya ma free ticket ni bi na udidi achire enti no. I'm going to say something here and I'll say it blunt as it is. It's called lick ass. You are licking ass. Paul Adom Otchere, you are licking ass. You've left your conscience behind and you are licking ass. You're a journalist. You don't do that. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. Don't lick ass. Be yourself. Do your journalism. Do it professionally. And to us.
Baseless. You just say it. That we should believe you because you said it. Never again should you do this. Honorable Dr. Zanetta Rawlings, please, don't do this again. Never should you do this again. Stay with...
And Obi Atro no. Me I mean Bema Atro. Or say I had a football coach. I had a kid from my soccer school team, from my soccer school, ask me if we play football in Ghana. We still have children here asking those questions. I hear that in China, yesterday my husband was telling me that in China, there are still Chinese people who, when they meet a black person, will rub to see, say, in this 2020, we have bigger problems to deal with. And if you think, say, Obia Kasem one can, deal with it in a very professional manner, especially female politicians, because we almost and they are human beings. They will make mistakes, yes. But maybe the enemy say MPP phone be so ye mistake. MPP female politicians e bi no so ye mistake. E bi no so kasa basa basa pa. E bi mo kasa basa basa pa. E no wa ba address it. Wa address it. What do you want to good evening Ghana? No so address you or catch them so find evidence and that's all Mokasa they should stop man can say what can be that. But NDC the Obeka because we shame people for bottom and ye wow be man you do the chiri. Man, yes, sir. Have a conscience. And your mind yebu and you have a major role to play because you're a journalist. When would the information go out? When would the information bring? You should be setting a very good example for us.
The politics that you are practicing, you are a medical doctor, everyone respects you, everyone loves you because you have decided that instead of sitting in...
And we are no more let's go towards the end because the more this is the point where he mentions her grandparents. He
was raised by her parents, your grandparents. Have a listen to what she said.
All I knew was...
why do you do this? Why do you have the time to go and bring her mother's interviews, her father's interview, her picture, talking about her grandparents? Really? Let's go to the end. Because it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Okay, now let's just a few minutes and see how he concludes. See how he concludes.
He spoke to the press. He called the minister. You just came and told the
press. Okay. You are saying before somebody called the press, they spoke to the minister. Now, before you came and spoke to us Ghanaians, did you speak to Dr. Zanetta Rawlings? Did you speak to Dr. Zanetta Rawlings? If you did, come and let us know. You are making reference to the fact that somebody spoke to the minister before he went and granted an interview, and so the person got their facts right. Did you also speak to Dr. Zanetta? Did you bother to speak to Dr. Zanetta Rawlings to find out from her where those allegations were coming from, whether she had evidence or not, blah, blah? Did you do that homework as a journalist? No, you didn't. I doubt it. If you did too, come and tell us.
Things with partisan because Ghana website, because media is reporting it, because John Dumelo fed somebody, because Okobandapoy was told. We have not heard Okobandapoy say anything. Madam, Sorry if I've been beside myself with a bit of shock.
Okay, and so mom will say, Onwa admit say he's been beside himself, that he's been rude.
Next time, don't issue.
Madam for Paul Adom Otchere, won't to me, man, me can't read Dr. Zenato say next time. Me share bufu aha. Me share me bufu kra. Won't to me, me can't read Dr. Zenato say next time. Who are you to tell her say next time? Next time what? Okay, next time, if she decides to come today to give another statement of this nature, what will you do? What will you do? What right do you think you have to tell her say next time? Jama say oh ya woba. E also ya bufre bia woni niti fie on. Sa na wo yere kasa. I wish I knew who your wife was. Say na wo yere kasa wo fie. To be catch na wo yere say next time. Wo so next time. You job Paul Adom Otchere, you too next time. Come and sit on your platform and do this again. You too next time. You too next time. It's about time I catch them. It's about time I catch them. And then I'm in person bubefu. Because who could I also my bow to a long time. And then I make at the beginning of my video. No? Say me shout twice I me shout I mean we're interacting now. You were rude. Oh, you're rude. Oh, you're arrogant. You have a chip on your shoulder. Now when in BB. Anyanka coronavirus time, ka fashion BB say humility. Humility. Now what be catch Dr. Zaneto Rollins say next time. Mimi nye MPP ni, na mi nye NDC ni, mimi mvoti wa Ghana da. Or matina akwentum more than matina miami krom Ghana ya womi. Matina akwentum more of my life than some matina Ghana. Until all my voting, all my everything has been here in the United Kingdom. Na aha journalist no enye say no mo say enra me ko read enra me say me ko ye wo research kakra me say wo be sua ade wo am say City University as I saying wherever London University of something wo ba ho no journalism no say na ye kire wo say ye no say wo kasa wi aka kire obi say next time te say do ya abofra wo ne kasa. I beg your pardon. You owe that woman an apology. Why anya ade? Now you see, when you do that, you give people the room to speak to you the way I am speaking to you now. Because obia nyobia. A chode dia ye the respect no tonchen. Obia nyobia. Wa nye ye wa nkasa ye. Like I said, next time. Also next time. Now you can send all your people, MPP4, send whoever you want them to come and insult me or do whatever. And hokura de just a meme fan come, you can do whatever, but you cannot do anything. And also make natural. Why nyadi?
Such statements. We here.
The next time she shouldn't make that. Have you told some of the other MPP women who make certain statements? Have you told them to stop? Have you ever sat on your platform to tell some of the MPP women who also talk by heart sometimes that they should not make those statements? Have you said that? Have you done that before? It's about time we tell some of you people the truth. It is the truth. It's called the truth. That's all it is. This is not an attack. I am telling you the truth. And the truth hurts. The truth hurts. Mama yakaya no tumu as a maya ya. It is because of men like you, Paul Adom Otchere. It is because of men like you. Then President Akufo-Addo will say many more women should come to parliament. Then that is why many women can't be bothered. They are apathetic. They because because nanu nkodwem. Nanu entumi nkodwem bebre. Enti no so unyo bia weni edin so you can insult back like some of the women in the MPP they have sharp tongue they can insult typical women now. Then men like Paul Adom Otchere no oma kan washe. Me say me papa no ye MPP ni. There are some women in the MPP too. Omunye easy kura. They can insult pa. Paul Adom Otchere, have you told them that is not good leadership? Have you ever told them that it is not good enough? That next time they should not talk like that? Have you done that? Because today they are in power. So everything is MPP, good or bad, MPP. You can't say. The president himself, I believe, called the press in 2017 to his home. And I recall from watching the videos on YouTube and so on, one of the things he said to the press was he said, so that and then he said something that touched me and I'll never forget it. Or say, yeah, because it's lonely at the top. So the president expects you, say MPP ya dia ubeka, he expects all of us to do that. And Tina at the swearing in, me, I was at the president swearing in. I will show you my invitation cards. If I have time to scroll through my photos, I was there at the Independence Square 2017. I had a card to go to the inauguration. I had a card to even go to the luncheon and everything. And I was there. I didn't hear on television. I was there at the Independence Square. I heard with my own 2 ears where the president said that we must be citizens and not spectators. And to be a good citizen, Paul Adom Otchere. Be a good citizen through your profession. Be a good citizen. Be fair. Be fair. That's all we ask. Be fair. I apologize if I have spoken to you in a manner that was not nice because na my heated kakra. So I apologize. I am sorry if I have hurt your feelings at any point in time in this video. But that is what people do when they are angry. And so if I have offended you, at any point in time, if I've been a bit too, personal kakra, I apologize. I am sorry. Let that sink in for a minute. But why nyadi?
People to look at what you're doing. If you issue such a statement, we will have to content analyze it. And we have to tell you the flaws in the statement. This is your statement.
Okay, so where there, even though I've apologized, me too, today I have come with people who are watching. We have come to content analyze their way, we have analyzed it. We have seen flaws and we have highlighted your flaws to you. So you also need to go and apologize. I suggest that you go and apologize to Dr. Zenato Rawlings.
Completely flawed. Never ever should you do that.
Never ever.
You are a fine politician.
You too, you are a fine journalist, fine gentleman. Never ever do that. So never ever do that. Never ever. Because why
want you to stay in politics because we know that what your heritage promises is great. So we want you to stay in politics. And we hope that you can deliver the Klosikole constituency seat again. I'm sure that if I were...
we also wish that you also stay in journalism, go very far, become like the likes of Piers Morgan and the rest. We want to see you on CNN, BBC, higher platforms all over. And to you also, don't do that again.
That constituency, I will vote for you again. If I had voted for you in 2016, I will vote for you again. If I'm coming to transfer my vote, I will vote for you because you are JJ's daughter and you are Nana Kunedu Ajima Rawlings' daughter.
No. Don't vote for her because she's JJ Rawlings' daughter or Nana Kunedu's daughter. That is where you are missing the point, Paul Adom Otchere. Do not vote for her because she's JJ's daughter or Nana Kunedu's daughter. Vote for her based on her merit. Vote for her based on Ninyumapa. Vote for her based on her track record as a journalist. Because you see, this is where you are going wrong, Paul Adom Otchere. You are a journalist. Be very careful with your utterances. If you sit on air and say that if you were in her constituency, you will vote for her because she's JJ Rawlings' daughter. Other people too will go and start voting for people because they served their mother in the market before. Or because I'll vote for you because once upon a time, now you're a medical doctor. I'm saying Papa Krasi or our hospital pen. Say what be MP, no, people will start voting for people on baseless reasons. Vote for people based on their track record, even if it's their first time as politicians. This is why they do the vetting. The vetting is done because a lot of the times it's some people's first time. So they are vetted so that we can base what it is that they are going into parliament to do for the people on their track record, either from their education, from their past experiences in how they've served, perhaps, what NGO they've served with, extracurricular activities they've done, that they can use those, they can bring those experiences on board. So don't say that if you were in her constituency, you would have voted for her because she's President Rawlings' daughter. You do not vote for people based on things like that. That is what is going on in Ghana, and it needs to stop. If I decide, say, okay, say me politics, me say me, I don't want to be a politician in Ghana. But you never say never in life. Okay, so say one day I wake up and all of a sudden I say, oh, okay, I had a prophecy or I had a dream. God says I should go and stand for office in Ghana. Then I come and I expect people in Okaikwe constituency to vote for me based on my father. So I put on a t-shirt with my father's face. I started going house to house telling people, oh, the old women, because they will remember my father. Oh, do you remember Honorable Dako Mensa? Oh, do you remember the first MP? Oh, do you remember him? Can you vote for me because I'm his daughter? Can you vote for me because you do not vote for people because of that? If I decide to go for office as a first-time politician, you must check my track record, my education. You must check experience that I'm bringing on board. As a diasporan, what experiences do I have? Depending on which ministerial position perhaps I'll be going for. This is just an example I'm giving. Let's say I'm going into, I want to become the minister for, the president has appointed, whoever the president will be, has appointed me to be minister for education. You should check my track record here in the UK, my teaching experience, other things I've done that I can bring on board to enhance the education system in Ghana. Those are the credits or the merits on which I should be voted for into office, or given an appointment as so-and-so. So you do not vote for people because of who their parents are. I'm sorry, you don't do that. That is not proper democracy. So don't say that, it's wrong.
In politics, but this kind of behavior should be very far away from you.
Okay, simple. Okay, let me play that bit again.
We want people like you in politics, but this kind of behavior should be very far away from you. After the break.
Okay, so that was it. So that's how he ended with Dr. Zenato Rawlings. Me too, I'm going to end. Paul Adom Otchere, you too, this kind of behavior should be very far from you. This kind of behavior, the way you addressed this woman, should be very, 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 very far from you. It should not happen again. It was distasteful. It was wrong. It was uncalled for. It was unnecessary. It was very immature of you. You could have handled it better. I'm sure in hindsight, you realize where you went wrong. You can go back and fix it. And in fact, we will applaud you for that, because we are trying to encourage many more women to come on board. But for this sort of behavior that you have demonstrated to all of us, Ghanaian women in particular, females in politics, this is why there is a deficit of women going into politics. It is because of behavior like this. And so you also need to stop. You also need to stop licking ass. You need to get your conscience intact. You're supposed to be serving Ghana. Clearly, you have shown us that you are an MPP person, that you are in the pockets of the MPP politicians, and they are pulling your strings like a puppet. Or Mayo, as a yo-yo, they pull you in whichever direction they want. And so when you were leaving home, you left home with the intention that you're going to lambast, you're going to blast Dr. Zenato Rawlings so that the MPP guys will be happy. Yay! Wanyadi. Cry. Now, my very final in closing. As a journalist, you have to be a neutral person. You have to have a neutral stand. Into Ubai and also Dr. Zenato Rawlings, what make comments be? Ma try say me reach you, me nsan kan. Into Ghana for Dr. Zenato comments na o make allegations be woman towards another political party. Now a woman of her caliber no, as me a journalist no, me feel say one can ye. Into no me pese me train na dwen baso. Ma try say come nsa be kan personally me nsan kan. That way we know that you tried. Ain't no near me what can ye, Dr. Zenato Rawlings, ye know ya dream wo baby, ye know when ya dream wo baby. Baby, ye know when ya dream any, baby, ye know ya dream so any, baby, ye know when ya dream, ye slow say, for evidence, bra, na a fe yen to me and delve into a seminal, na yen fan took baby, and was a ye did to, and won't no quarrel. That way we will all come out and say, what professionalism, what an astute journalist. But why, Yanisa? One me who say, MPP Fubutu. Into neutrality suggests that stories be reported in an unbiased even-handed and impartial manner. Under this notion, journalists are to side with none of the parties involved and simply provide relevant facts and information of all. The third idea, detachment, refers to the emotional approach of the journalist. Because me say enra me research kakra and sana meba. Because I didn't just want to come and sit here and just talk. But neutrality suggests that as a journalist in your reporting, you must be unbiased. You must be even-handed. Inti se MPP for ye na enya and also beka. Se NDC for nso ye na enya and also beka. Na a balance. In an impartial manner. Na ye ni wuni problem. But where we have seen that MPP for ni be ya, where it was to do with a woman. So when some of the MPP's women too are out of line, you don't address it. But for you to address just the NDC side, it was biased. It was not even. And to come and make it even for us. Yes, or moving forward, yeah, manenya balanced. We like balanced arguments, balanced reporting, balanced everything from both sides of the divide. And that is why I like journalists like Efia Pokua. Baby, I don't know the ato. Ekoya or the beto. Enkoya or the beto. No okonenim. Wanyadi. But we will continue to do our job as women, empowering more women to go into politics. We will not let such things deter us or such behavior from some men like you scare us or deter us from doing what we are doing. In fact, we will use the lessons that we have learned from this. I will keep your video unless you delete it or whatever, but I will keep this, and when I do workshops, I will use it. I'm asking you for permission to use your videos as reference points to show to young women who want to go into politics that you will come across journalists like this. You will come across some men like this. They will try and bully you because what you did was bullying. You tried to bully the woman, but she's a strong woman. Maybe I know, said Dr. Zenato, in Onwane time, I believe in my spirit that in Onwane time, obey few. And I know so obey few very, very, very intelligently. And so. Until we will use the program as a case study. Near the Achere, young women who want to go into politics, they will come across men like you. But Mama Omunsuru, they should be confident, they should have high self-esteem, they should be bold, they should be knowledgeable in their field, and they should come out squarely and face men like you head on. So thank you all so very much. The comments are just too many for me to read. I'll read them in the course of the day. Thank you for your support. If you agree with me, praise God. If you don't, fair enough. That's also fine. I hope I haven't offended anybody. I don't really need to apologize. But yeah, I just came to speak my truth. I just came to, so that if I die today, if God is to call me home today, I know that I spoke my truth before I left. Because Enra, me share video no eha me pa. So anyway, thank you all. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.